I am Brid, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to read Wattpad stories? No, says the nervous bisexual girl. It belongs to the role players. No, says the parents of all. It belongs to the weirdos. No, says the cat girl. It belongs to me. Ooh. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I wrote the impossible. I wrote Billy and the Poopocalypse. A story where the media would not take it out of context. A story where the critics wouldn't rate it badly based on money. A story where the snowflakes wouldn't cancel me for my beliefs and artistic views. And with a read from your eyes, Billy and the Poopocalypse can become greater than before. It's a great story.
Is it similar to Gat's one?
Sort of. I hope it didn't. It might start off weird because half of it got cut off, but...
Billy.
In there? No.
Yeah, read.
Just Billy.
Why does it start off with the next morning?
Because the story got cut off.
Okay.
The first paragraph got cut off.
Where is it?
That's the beginning. It begins already.
Where's the beginning?
Scroll up. That's the beginning.
Oh,
for fuck's sake.
Alrighty, let's go. Well, you go.
The next morning, Billy woke up, still tied to the wheelchair with poo all over him. Billy was even worse off than he was the night before. His parents came in and decided to give Billy round 2. The poo continued to come and land all over his face. Billy became so mad and broke out of the wheelchair. Pointing his ass towards his parents, he screamed as loud as he could and dumped his parents in poo and AIDS. Billy sat in the wheelchair, covered in poo and AIDS, and wheeled out to the garage. Billy's parents laid on the ground, defeated, covered in Billy's poo and AIDS, and began to lick their faces.
NoobaDooba said it's really interesting actually.
This drove Billy to insanity, and he wheeled out back into the
NoobaDooba
house.
said it's me plus computer generated text.
Toward the bathroom.
Okay.
He ran over his parents, crushing their bones under his wheelchair. My parents are dead, Billy said to himself. Right after he said that, he could faintly hear his mother begging for life. Billy proceeded.
Listen to me. Listen. Half of this is computer generated. Half of this is computer generated.
Billy proceeded to poo in her mouth one last time before crushing her skull underneath the wheelchair. Billy was very upset with his life and that he had to kill his parents. Billy decided to have a shower after being covered in his parents' poo for 2 days. Billy turned on the shower and saw his dad and mum, sister and brother washing his hair.
What is this? I'm done.
What?
Listen to me. You might think it's my story. It's computer generated.
I feel like this is half Gat's story as well.
Trust me, some of it, listen to me. Some of it's computer generated.
What the?
Serious.
Hang on.
Yeah.
What the? Billy thought. I thought you guys were dead. You're not dead, said his mum. Billy became furious. Wait, stop scrolling.
Sorry, furious and punched.
I'm getting rid of
Billy became furious and punched his mother in the head and began to poo on her. What are you doing? Said his dad. Billy roundhouse kicked his
didn't
father in
make
the head.
Wasn't he in a wheelchair?
I didn't. I didn't make this.
Billy Roundhouse kicked his father in the head and permanently broke his jaw open and did a massive poo in his mouth. Stop scrolling
My
so much.
fucking
Go back up.
god.
You made me do all this. This was your fault. Billy said he began to poo all over his pants. That's it, Billy, his dad said. Billy's father, with all the strength he had left, grabbed Billy's sister and pointed her ass towards Billy. Billy said, "Don't do that, Dad." Billy's dad punched his daughter in the head,
I'm dead.
pacing her to have explosive bloody diarrhea all over Billy, permanently giving Billy third-degree burns. As Billy's sister's ass had been absolutely melted away, Billy's dad screamed and said, "I never wanted a girl."
You gotta, no, you gotta do it like this. Okay.
And snapped his daughter's neck.
Oh
And
my
Billy's
god.
dad was gonna get his revenge. Billy's dad got up with his broken jaw and began to beat the shit out of his son Billy. Had no choice but to run. Billy was in so much pain with his third-degree burns from the diarrhea. He ran down the street all the way to his dad's house where he had been born. "What is going on?" Billy said, confused. "I don't know, Dad, but it wasn't my fault." Billy could see a younger version of himself being abused by his father. Billy's dad proceeded to beat the hell out of his younger self. Billy became so enraged that ripped his ass all the way open,
Oh my god.
leaking a tear from his eye. He whispers, "I'm sorry," and absolutely blasts diarrhea, blood, AIDS, and viscera all over his father, absolutely melting him. I have never seen anything like it in my life. I mean, I've seen the works of a professional photographer. Billy's father said right before he was blasted with Billy's Kamehameha of poo. Billy's dad says, "I have to tell you the story of my life. It's not my fault, but it's a very long and painful story." Billy heard the voice from his head. He was now in a dark room clinging on to life. Billy's dad's voice said, "As you know, it was a very abusive childhood. I was about to be beat up by my dad and ended up getting raped by my stepdad." Billy was shocked at the words he was hearing. After he had heard the story, he went into the bathroom, pulled down his pants, and blew his entire bowel movement on his head, shitting out all his intestinal brains. Billy was barely clinging onto life.
My god.
Billy looked up at his dad with tears in his eyes. He said, "You're lucky you got to see your son as he lived and died." Billy soon died right after. Not long after, Billy's parents were concerned about their son and walked into the bathroom as he had been in there for 2 days. When they entered, they were greeted with Billy, covered in poo and viscera, with his brains in the toilet, with his ass absolutely torn in half. They decided to bury Billy as the funeral service was about to begin.